Hey guys, it's Christopher, aka the Bronze Age Nerd, coming at you with another video today looking at my collection of my X-Men comics. I made a goal to try to collect X-Men comics issues 1 through 300. Kind of a crazy goal to make right now with the values of some of those books, but they're the comic books that I really care about. That's my ultimate personal collection goal. So let's talk about some special stuff. This is going to come out a couple days after my birthday, but I'm recording this on my birthday. It's my 39th birthday. So I thought a really cool thing to do, since I'm a Cyclops fan and I'm turning 39, would be to get X-Men 39. This is, probably a lower grade copy, pretty fair to call it that. Still an older comic from the Silver Age. And this is the debut of the new X-Men suits, and also the beginning of the origin of Cyclops arc that lasted for a few issues. Hopefully start a theme, maybe next year I'll pick up X-Men 40 and kind of go from there. Still just awesome to have this one. I love this cover. I'd love to find it in a higher grade, but for now, at least I have a copy of it. So I picked up that one on eBay. The next one is from one of my favorite Instagram sellers, That Comic Book Guy on Instagram. He had a few X-Men issues, so I made sure to pick up some. Got another Silver Age book. This is X-Men 44. So that's the first appearance of Red Raven in the Silver Age, and it's also notable as being the beginning of the Iceman origin arc that they do for a few issues as well. So that's pretty cool. A couple Silver Age ones added to the collection. I can't argue with that. Next, possibly the biggest book that I got this entire pickup here, especially right now. She's really popular. First appearance of Dazzler in issue 130. Really stoked to have this. This is a nice high grade copy as well. So I'm very happy to have this one, and wanted to make sure I added something cool. Every time I pick up one of the bigger issues is kind of when I'll probably do one of these videos, and this is one I definitely had to cover. This is a huge issue right now. And the last issue I got from That Comic Book Guy is 166, which is the first appearance of Lockheed and the death of the Brood Queen. Lockheed, just a really cool character if you're a Kitty Pryde fan and all. And definitely had to grab this one. Some of the comics that I have on the way for the next installment of this video are from the owner of DangerousWatersComics.com. And Dangerous Waters and More is a great place to go if you're looking for comic books, action figures, accessories, all kinds of cool stuff. They actually do FOCs for all new comic books coming out. They do classic comic books that are available on the website as well, graded comic books. They also have a huge selection of open order for toys and action figures and statues, that kind of stuff. Signed prints, like the Rogue print you see behind me is one I picked up from DangerousWatersComics.com. All kinds of cool stuff. This is a brand new website, and it's also kind of a smaller comic book company, so it's a great idea to go and support them. I know I love supporting companies that are kind of just breaking into the comic book industry. When you head to the website, you'll actually have a live chat that opens up that you can start a conversation with a rep if you want to talk about anything you're looking for. Not only that, if you click on an item and it happens to be out of stock, you can get notified when that item comes back into stock, which is really handy if you're hunting for a specific issue. Plus, it helps them hunt for that issue because they know people are looking for it. So it's kind of a win-win. I can't recommend checking them out enough. And also, if you go there and use the code BRONZE10 at checkout, you'll save 10% off your order. So it's definitely an awesome deal for everybody all around. So if you want to get some great deals on some really cool nerdy stuff, go check out Dangerous Waters Comics. And I want you to remember that at Dangerous Waters and More, it's a place where you can live dangerously. All right, moving on to another Instagram seller, another one of my favorite Instagram sellers, Hulknutz on Instagram. I'll throw up all their links down below. I'd done a deal with him where I picked up his copy of X-Men 106, and then he'd help me submit it to CGC and get it cleaned and pressed first. So we got this back in an 8.5. I did a custom label on this one because it's staying in the personal collection. This is a massive key. First full team appearance of the Starjammers, first full team appearance of the Imperial Guard, first M'Kraan Crystal, first appearance of Wolverine in his Fang costume. It's literally a quintuple key. Major characters like Gladiator have their first appearance in this issue. It's also the first to Ken Naramani. Just a ton of stuff going on in this issue, and so it's one I'm really happy to have. Again, being a Cyclops fan, it's not the first appearance of Corsair, but it is the first appearance of the Starjammers, and they're pretty closely linked to his father. So definitely happy to have this one, and yeah, just kind of neat to add a slab as part of the collection as well. Not my first X-Men slab. I'll definitely have to do an update with kind of the pre-existing stuff I had. This is kind of covering all the new stuff, but I also got some raw issues from him as well. Got X-Men 156. So going with the Summers family theme, this is the origin of Corsair, Cyclops' father and Havoc's father for that matter. And Gabriel's father, you know, all the Summers brothers. And it's also the first appearance of the Akanti, which is an alien race. So, you know, kind of interesting, you know, first space whales and origin of Corsair. Also got X-Men 194. This is the first appearance of Andrea and Andreas Strucker. And they're the children of Baron von Strucker. It's a swordsman and songbird from the Thunderbolts. So yeah, cool issue to have there as well. And I actually already have another issue of this newsstand, but I figured I'd throw this one in here too, because why not? We're showing off X-Men comics. This is an iconic Jim Lee cover. It's also the history of Wolverine, Black Widow, and Captain America working together in World War II. It's X-Men 268. So everything else that we're going to talk about today is from I Like Comics in Vancouver, Washington. An amazing comic book shop. I just absolutely love going there. X-Men 140, kind of the rematch with Wolverine and Wendigo. Low grade copy. Again, price was right though, and anything in that classic Claremont run, I'm definitely hunting for. So there we go. And also X-Men 146, and a cover I absolutely love. This is X-Men 153. And yeah, it's another copy of X-Men 156. All the same rules apply from earlier. Kind of an accidental double. I forgot I had that ordered with Hulknutz, and so I grabbed it at the comic shop without really knowing it. And now I have a pretty good list trying to avoid a lot of doubles. X-Men 170, you got that classic Storm Callisto battle there. Got a double key here with X-Men 171. You can see this actually, you can just tell through the Mylar and what kind of a press that's going to need. It's actually not in bad shape, really. It's just really wavy cover. But this is when Rogue joins the X-Men, and it's also the origin of the Soul Sword, or the debut of the Soul Sword that Magic uses. Who says covers weren't hot back then? X-Men 189, a lot of women in lingerie for a Marvel cover on the cover there. Definitely a cool cover. Also got a copy of X-Men 196 here. Worth pointing out, it's a newsstand, and it's a little bit lower condition, but in the newsstand, it's totally cool. This is a controversial issue. Kitty Pryde uses a racial slur. You got X-Men 199, another double key. This is when Rachel becomes the second Phoenix, and it's also when the Brotherhood becomes Freedom Force and starts working for the government, led by Mystique. So double key there. This is the beginning of the Mutant Massacre storyline, like the prologue, and it's also the first Marauders, first cameo of the Marauders. X-Men 210. Classic Wolverine versus Sabretooth cover there, and it's also the battle of the X-Men versus the Marauders. I got X-Men 224 here, also in a newsstand. I try to grab newsstand whenever I can, as opposed to direct, unless it's the early issues. By the way, the early issues with the slash through the barcode, those were actually directs, and they're rarer than newsstands from the same months those were released, I think universally. So I look for those as well, but definitely a cool issue. All right, talking about another gem here. This is a 237. It's a newsstand, and something you should look for in this era when it comes to newsstands. This is a Mark Jewelers insert. This is actually the first Mark Jewelers insert I've ever found, which is weird because I've definitely been looking for them. They're just getting harder and harder to pick up as people, they know more about them. Nothing really special about this issue, but since it's a Mark Jewelers, and obviously I'm trying to collect the whole run, so kind of excited to have something that makes this issue a little bit more unique. So this one, there's a little controversy into which appearance of Mr. Sinister it is. Like if you look at like Key Collector or whatever, they're going to list it as his second appearance and his first cover appearance, which it is his first cover appearance. Some people would say it's his third appearance. Some people would say it's his second full appearance. It gets a little weird. But anyways, this is also the first time that Goblin Queen appears on the cover too. And I think this issue is highly underrated, so I grabbed a couple copies of this. And this is the first Jim Lee X-Men published artwork, so that's really cool. And I think this is my second copy of this one, but I couldn't pass this up. And another Jim Lee cover here, X-Men 261. This is the first hard case in the Harriers, characters that really did not become long-lasting characters by any stretch of the imagination, but still just another cool one for the run. So there you go, kind of a cool birthday update on the X-Men run that I've been working on. I also will actually have another episode of this coming out probably fairly soon. I've got some issues that I'd hope to include in this particular episode, but they just hadn't arrived in time. Things are taking an unusual amount of time to get to me to where I live from across the country, probably due to the hurricane that just happened, a lot of other factors too, I'm sure. But out of all of that, the good news is that there will be another update to this pretty soon. Plus, on top of all that, I'm going to Rose City Comic Con on Friday the 10th of September, so I'm sure I'll find some stuff there to add into that next video. Probably some smaller issues that I can add in with some really big stuff. I have 3 Silver Age books coming, and I have 1 major X-Men key coming as well. So definitely some cool stuff. So thanks for following along with this installment of the series. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Let me know down below what you're collecting or what kind of runs you're after. If you're an X-Men fan, what are some of the issues that you're really hunting for? I'm always curious to hear about that kind of stuff, and I can't wait to talk to you guys in the comments down below. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, I want you to remember, as always, hey. Read comics every day.